One of the benefits of teaching as long as I have, it's fun to look back at various students that I've worked with over the years and see some that were just very successful. One in particular, I started working with him in about 3rd or 4th grade, even before school band. He also came from a family that everybody basically was a musician, and they had a small family performing group. So we started out with just basic skills. We got the drum set thing working. He played that with the family group, so that helped a lot. Then eventually when he got into middle school band, and he was really successful that way, because essentially he was way ahead of the curve on all of his music. But he really liked to compete, and he really liked much more intense performing situations. So part of what I would do is just kind of look at, with his age range, what were some of the other opportunities that he could get into. So the first things were like going to solo festival, and he really liked working with that, and he was willing to put in the work that it took to be successful, which is hard. Then he gradually worked his way up in the high school realm, and he became the section leader with the big huge drum line at the high school. And about that time, the McDonald Corporation decided they would sponsor what they called the McDonald Band, and that band would play for the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. So essentially the way that works is every kid in the state would compete, and every state would provide 2 players, and they would fill a full marching band, and then they pay the person after they've sent them the music. They learn the music, they fly them back to New York City, they spend a whole day perfecting the show, and then the next day they're in the parade. So everything was paid for. And that way you're playing with like the top marching band at the high school level in the US. So this kid, he was like, boy, that would be an awful lot of fun, but I don't know if I could actually do it. I was like, well, here's how the audition works. And of course, you never know how an audition is going to work out, but I think you should do it. I think you have an awful lot of promise that way, and you're willing to do the work. So let's try it. So he did, and he got in, and he went through that whole experience. And when he came back, it was like unbelievable experience for him. And then that also shaped some of the other auditions he did to get into all-state band and then all-Northwest band. And then he decided to go into college percussion. So he was just a very successful player, and he went on. It was great.